Today on Broke Gourmet, cheesy beef and potato skillet for under 10 bucks. But first, I wanted to share something with you. Now what am I gonna do? Now what? What do you guys want? What did I do wrong now? Great. 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 So not long ago, a day like that would have ended very differently for me. Bad news from work, gas tank on empty, bank account in the red. That kind of pressure would have sent me straight to the bottom. I've been sober now for just over 2.5 years, and here's what I've learned. See, sobriety isn't one big decision. It's a bunch of little ones that you make over and over and over again. And when I'm planning a video or writing a skit or cooking in my little kitchen, I'm building something instead of tearing it down. So I want to thank all you out there for all your subscriptions, your likes, your comments, your views. It all helps me maintain my sobriety because that's what I do to stay sober. That and work. So thank you all for that. Now, let's get back to why you guys are here, because that ain't why you're here. You're here for some good cooking. So let's get cooking. Now I know what you're thinking. Cheese, potatoes, hamburger, pretty basic stuff, right? And you'd be correct, but this one's a little bit different, and here's why. All right, now I promised you guys 10 bucks or under, and this is what I came up with. I got a pound of hamburger, that was 6 bucks. Red bell pepper, there's $1. Onions, about 80 cents. This is about 80 cents. Pennies. I got 2 cups of cheddar. I'm only gonna use 1 cup. This was $2, so there's $1. Pennies. I got some better than bouillon and some water. I'm only gonna be using like a teaspoon of this in the water, so pennies. 3 potatoes. They're supposed to be medium. I don't know. That's a pretty big potato. Well, that's what I'm using. That's about, I don't know, 80 cents. So figure 6, 7, 8, 9. So about 10 bucks total here. And the thing that threw me off about this one is that it's actually using beef broth. So it's not like a regular dish where you're frying it up and like a breakfast kind of a thing, like a hash. This one's a little bit different. I haven't made this. We're gonna follow the recipe to a T. Now let's get started. All right, let's get some prep done. First thing I did is I diced up 1 medium onion, diced up the 3 potatoes as well as the bell pepper, chopped up the green onions. Now we want to get our hamburger started. So in the pan it goes. We're going to throw the onion right on top of that, as well as the bell pepper, and just start cooking that off until the hamburger is done. All right, so this is just about ready for the next step. You see all that moisture in there? That is fat and water. I figure, you know how you normally would drain that? Well, we're not going to do that today because I still have to put in that 1 cup of beef broth, so I don't see the point in draining it. All right, for our seasonings, it's gonna be real simple. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, salt and pepper to taste, of course. All right, our potatoes right on top of that. Now, this is pretty full. I don't know, man. This is the biggest pan I have, so, but it filled it up quite a bit. I think it'll be okay though. Beef broth goes in, put a lid on it for about 10 minutes. All right, it's only been a couple of minutes, but I want to stir it a little bit. See what we're working with here. So I think we'll be okay in this pan. I'm just gonna stir them up a little bit. All right, that should be good. Let's put the lid back on it. Leave it alone for about another, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. We'll check on it. All right, let's take another look. It's been about 15 minutes. The whole idea here is we want the potatoes to be fork tender, and that they are. All right, now we're gonna leave the lid off and try to get rid of all that water. So we're gonna let it reduce, and at the same time, stir it and let some of those potatoes kind of crush, and the starch from those potatoes will make a nice sauce. All right. All right, well, this is looking pretty good. Taste test, yep, that's delicious. It's time to put some cheese on top. You know, I suppose it says 1 cup, but I just went with the full 2 cups. Why not? All right, that's looking pretty good. Let's throw some green onions on there. Oh yeah. I think I overcooked the potatoes a little bit, but you know what? This is gonna be great. It's gonna be perfect. 4 people, nice dinner, real easy peasy. All right, let's dish this bad boy up. That looks beautiful. You know what? That's comfort food at its finest. Super easy, extremely hearty comfort food is exactly what this is. And it will easily feed for you know, under 10 bucks. At least today. Who knows what tomorrow brings when you go to the grocery store. But as of today, it's still 10 bucks. According to my boys, who gobbled up the majority of that pan, they said it's pretty good. So I haven't had a chance to try it yet, but we're about to make a reality of that. So let's see how it is. Now I will say that I think I overcooked the potatoes a little much because I had some company, had to go to the door. That's okay. That's okay. You know what? It's perfect. It's a perfect comfort food dish. The bell pepper, you know, really helps give it that. Just that, you know, that O'Brien kind of a flavor, you know, with the onion and bell pepper. Beefy, potatoey goodness. So hey, if you like what I do on my channel, do me a favor, hit the like button, consider subscribing. I want to thank you guys for making it this far in the video. I have links in the description box below, and I will see you in the next one.